The following is a paid presentation by Key Video Productions.
There's something cooking in the neighborhood. From where I stand, it's looking mighty good. You're gonna love it. Come dine with me. Come dine with me. Come dine with me.
Hello everybody and welcome to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. Brought to you in part by Artisan Kitchen and Bath.
And on today's show, it's all about French-inspired cuisine. On the menu, we've got steak Diane, moule marinière, and in our kitchen invasion, we visit the northwest region of France where crepes originated. And Chef Krista has the perfect recipe.
But first up, Art Christie from Frontier Catering gets things going with his rendition of a boeuf bourguignon.
And you know what Chef Julia Child said about beef burgundy?
What did she say?
The most delicious beef dish ever concocted by man.
You do that very well.
That was my best.
Today we're going to prepare a traditional, authentic beef bourguignon. I'm going to do a little bit of a modern twist to it, which will be much easier for you to prepare at home. So why don't we get over to the stove right now. First we started with a little vegetable oil, a little salt pork, and we rendered that down. Later on we're going to remove it. We just want to get the flavor extraction from it, that's it. We added in our beef and we braised it, get it just to where it's just brown on the outside so it was just slightly caramelized. We added some rough cut onions, some fresh chopped garlic. I added a little bit of regular white mushrooms, some porcini mushrooms. You can add creminis if you wish. Coarse cut carrots. I added a little unflavored gelatin just to give it a little bit of thickening agent to it. Some tomato paste. After that, we just submerged the entire recipe in red wine. We added a bouquet garni. It had some fresh thyme leaves, bay leaf, and sprigs of fresh parsley. And then after the dish is completed, pull it out. I just wanted to get the flavor from it. Just let it cook on the stove for about 4 hours. And traditionally, the French serve it over mashed potatoes or possibly boiled potatoes, or some folks even like it over noodles. Well, there you have it, folks, a traditional beef bourguignon. You don't have to drive to France or fly to France or take a boat to France to have traditional French food. Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD.
And I'm here today with the First Lady of Catering of the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, Karen.
Great to be here.
Karen Naughty, how are you today?
Great, thank you for having me.
Good. And Karen, we want to talk a little bit about our catering operation at the resort. And some of the items we're featuring there, we bring the cooking out to the guest, having live cooking stations. So versus giving you the big steak, we're making today a smaller version of it. It's a steak Diane. So shall we
nice.
start?
Yes, we should.
All right, take our hot pan, put a little bit of butter in there. And then we start off with some fresh bacon. This is applewood bacon. You could use like pecan wood or just a regular bacon if you want to cook that at home. And we get a good amount in there. And then our mushrooms. I picked shiitake for today. Those are shiitake mushrooms, very often used in Asian cooking as well. But you could use chanterelle or just your regular button mushrooms if you like. While we're waiting for that, what else can we tell our viewers about the catering operation at the Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino?
Well, what's great about our property is that it's all-inclusive, so when a guest or a bride particularly comes to the property, they not only can stay overnight with the beautiful overnight rooms that we have, the suites, but we also have a spa and salon where they can have their nails, hair. They don't even have to leave the building, so it's very convenient for all guests. And we not only can hold their reception, but we also can create their ceremony space for them as well.
Now it's time to add the mushrooms. The bacon is nicely caramelized. See that?
I do see that.
Beautiful smell. I wish our viewers were here and could smell that.
It looks delicious.
Awesome. So we add our shiitake mushroom, a little bit of black pepper, some salt.
How long do you cook the mushrooms?
Oh, maybe just 2 minutes, minute and a half. Okay, now that our mushrooms are done, we're going to start on the steak. So we're taking our steak Dianes, again season them, ground black pepper, a little salt. We're gonna cook our steaks. Hear that, Karen?
I do hear
That's
that.
what you
That's
want
what
to
you
hear.
want.
You know, that's a good sizzle. And while the steaks are cooking, Karen, we also do not only the social business, but we do corporate as well, correct?
Right. One of the advantages to having your corporate event at our property is the fabulous food that we serve. We have breakfast, lunch, and dinner with our magnificent chefs. We can customize the menu to whatever you'd like to have.
All right, so I flipped the steaks over. See how nice the grill marks on there? Beautiful. And we let them go for their thin steak, so maybe another half a minute or so. All right, and finally we finish our garnish. Do you like cappuccinos, Karen?
I love cappuccino.
All right, me too. So we came up with this nice garnish for the steak. It's a froth, like you have on the cappuccino, milk froth, but we're gonna add some horseradish. Now for beef steak, horseradish, it's a marriage. You know, it goes together like nothing else. So I take some of this prepared horseradish and stir that in our milk. And we want to bring that to a simmer here. Okay, so we got this all incorporated. See, it's almost boiling, Karen.
I do.
And we have our handheld frother. You can get that like in a Williams-Sonoma, Target, or whatnot. I don't know if our viewers can see that. See how the milk froth is coming up? How is it, Karen?
It's delicious. Very
Good. Now, our viewers out there, if they want to book an event at our resort, how would they go about it?
They can contact the catering department. There are 3 representatives there, and myself is one of them. They can call me at 716-299-1240, and we'd be happy to help them with any of their events that they're looking to plan, weddings, banquets, black tie affairs.
Awesome. Well, only one more thing to say.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
Some call it luck. Others believe in the invisible hand of fate. Maybe it's magic. Or a higher power. Here, we like to think there's a perfect match. For all of us. Seneca Resorts and Casinos. Nothing else comes close.
You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out keyvideo.com, Buffalo's premier television and video production house. We work with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing, we call it concept to completion, and we're ready to go to work for you, for your business, for all of life's events. Call, click, or visit Key Video today.
The romance of Tuscany, the flavor of DiPaolo's, everything you love about DiPaolo's, the food, the friendship, the family. Whether in our elegant dining room or outside in the courtyard, the atmosphere is authentic. For a simple dinner out or the affair of a lifetime, find Tuscany in your own backyard. Ilio DiPaolo's Restaurant, Banquets and Ringside Lounge in Blaisdell, a family restaurant with a gourmet touch.
Welcome to Ilio DiPaolo's Restaurant. It's a family affair here as we carry on tradition of my grandfather of serving great food, sharing stories, talking sports, and celebrating with friends and family at the Ringside Lounge. Here at Ilio DiPaolo's, we pack our dishes full of flavor. Our chicken ragusa is no exception. The key to this recipe is first marinating 2 5-ounce chicken breasts in Ilio's Italian dressing. Seriously. While that's grilling, one by one we'll build our layers of flavor. Olive oil, herbal butter, artichoke hearts, cherry tomatoes, sliced black olives, fresh baby spinach, garlic cream sauce, white wine, all on top of a mountain of cheese tortellini. The chicken ragusa, simple but flavorful, so bring your appetite or we'll supply the to-go box. It's always a great day at Ilio DiPaolo's. We'll see you at the Ringside Lounge.
Hello, I'm here with Chef Montez. Montez,
Chef.
welcome. Hi.
Good to be here.
Montez is the chef of the WD Bar and Grill at the Buffalo Creek Casino in Buffalo, right?
Downtown Buffalo.
Downtown Buffalo. And you're showing us some French item today?
We're going to do a very classic French preparation of mussels. We're going to use chopped shallots, parsley, and of course, wine and butter. It's not French unless it's got wine and butter in it. Right?
You're right on that one. All right, let's get going.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sweat our aromatics with just a little butter. And here we just have some sliced shallots and a little chopped garlic. And we're just gonna sweat those. We're not looking for any color. We're just looking to really open up the fragrance.
And maybe
pretty
for
much
our
there.
viewers, we want to mention you need a kind of a pot with a tight-fitting
Exactly.
lid because you know they essentially steam kind of a little bit, right?
That's key. You want a pot that's going to be big enough that your mussels can move around in there, and also with a tight-fitting lid.
Right.
All right, so our aromatics are opening up. You can smell the onion and the garlic, and then we'll hit it with a little white wine, and we'll just let that reduce for a few minutes. By reducing the wine, it's decreasing the acidity in the wine and intensifying the flavor.
Very good.
Our mussels we've cleaned earlier. These are PEI mussels, Prince Edward Island mussels. I just simply scrub them with a brush.
Yeah, you won't get any sand or any little hair that's sometimes hanging on there.
You want to remove that because that's just gonna make your sauce kind of gritty.
Also, any mussel that you find that opened up already, you know,
Exactly.
you want to kind of toss that and not
Just
consume
look
that.
at your mussel, you can tap it, and if it starts to close, you're good to go, that's still alive. If you find a mussel and you tap him or squeeze him and he doesn't want to close, you want to discard that mussel because you don't know how long that mussel's been dead. All right, our wine is reducing here, and at this point we want to add our mussels. So I've got about 2 pounds of mussels in there. You don't want to crowd your pot too much because you want it to allow room to steam, and you want to also be able to move your mussels around a little bit. I'm going to season with a little kosher salt. You got to be careful with the salt because the mussels will release their own salty brine.
They come out of the ocean,
Exactly.
you know, yeah.
And a little ground black pepper.
Very good.
And then we're going to fashion a lid on and allow those to steam for a minute. In the meantime, let's make a little toast.
Yeah, that's really the fun part is the toast or the crostini.
You got to have the bread to dip into the
Yeah.
mussel broth, definitely. So what we'll do is we'll just toast some of this baguette and a little butter, caramelize the bread a little bit. Mussels are a great option because they're very inexpensive.
Right.
They're very versatile and they cook very quickly.
And they're just a fun dish to eat, you know, like you alluded to with the dipping the bread in and whatnot. I make them quite a bit for my family, and it's always a crowd pleaser there. So Chef, WD Bar and Grill, tell us a little bit about the gastropub restaurant you're spearheading there.
WD Bar and Grill, it's the place to be right now. Come out and have a few cocktails on the patio.
Sounds
We've
good.
got a beautiful view of downtown.
Yeah.
We're open 5 to 11 during the week, 5 to midnight on Friday and Saturday.
Awesome. Seafood, steaks.
We've got Wagyu steaks, prime cuts. We grind our own burger meat in-house.
It's an amazing burger. You got to try it.
We've got a monster burger. It's our WD double. Has 2 patties, fresh brioche roll, cheddar cheese, bacon. Can't go wrong.
Awesome. So how are mussels doing there?
I think we're good. You can see the mussels have opened, releasing the sweet meat inside.
Our viewers out there, I wish you could smell this. It's pretty good.
We'll finish our cooking liquid with a little butter and just some roughly chopped parsley.
That recipe really, it's called sailor style French French mussel sailor style.
Very classic.
You know, coming out of Marseille, you know, when the boats came back in the harbor and whatnot, they were just simple, you know, you cook it in one pot and
you can jazz it up, you can add some coconut milk and lemongrass, you can change different flavorings, different
give it
herbs.
Thai style curries,
Exactly.
whatnot, yeah, you're right. This looks great, Montez. Let me give it a try here.
How is it?
I feel like I'm in salsa France already. Good job. Now, all of you that's out there, where can they get that?
This is a great dish to try in our patio at WD Bar and Grill, Seneca Buffalo Creek Casino, downtown Buffalo. So hurry up, come on down and try us. Come down with me, Western New York.
Didn't that look good, those mussels?
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah, anything with butter and garlic.
Yeah, and really aromatic and fresh. So if you're in the mood for that, visit Chef Montez at the WD Bar and Grill.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Also
yeah.
downstairs the creek and the creek stop. I know you swing by there.
I
Our Chef
did.
Jean is there, so always worth
Picked
a
up
visit.
a bite to eat down there. That was wonderful. Yes. For more information, though, on any of the restaurants, anything going on here at the casino, SenecaCasinos.com is the place to go.
Right. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be back with more after these messages from our sponsors.
Closed captioning provided by
CarStar Relax. We'll take it from here.
After being involved in an accident, one of the first things you think about is getting your car repaired as quickly as possible.
But where do you go and who do you trust?
The only name to keep top of mind and stored in your phone is Ventura's CarStar Collision.
When it comes to customer service, quality, warranties, and peace of mind, we've got you covered.
Leave it to the pros at Ventura's CarStar Collision.
Relax. We'll take it from here.
Make your living room jealous with Miele built-in appliances from Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Molinaro's Restaurante has become a staple in the historic Lockport community. We pride ourselves on serving authentic, homemade Italian dishes that our family has shared for generations. We invite you to come on in or take us home because when it comes to our menu, we have something for everyone. No matter how you slice it, New York, Chicago, or Sicilian, we got you covered. Oh, and make sure you save room for Mama Molinaro's homemade desserts. Molinaro's Restaurante, a slice above the rest.
Make your living room jealous with Miele built-in appliances from Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Roger's Tips.
With me, Chef Roger Bell. 2 tips for the holiday season. Number 1, book early here at Buffalo's Best because we fill up fast. And number 2, always tip your server.
Roger's Tips.
With me, Chef Roger Bell.
I teach music at the Nichols Middle School. For the past 14 years, I've taught general music, grades 5 through 8.
I've known Corinne since high school. We live in a small town and everybody knows everybody else.
She's just this sparkly, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being.
A lot of people that I knew were getting sick.
In 1997, I discovered I had cancer, which is shocking to anyone.
She's got such a positive spirit. She's a beautiful person, not only on the outside, but on the inside. She's a cancer survivor.
One can do anything if one has wonderful friends.
I recorded an album of my own songs with the help of some good friends and decided that I would dedicate the album and the sales of the CD to Roswell. The CD is on sale at Barnes & Noble on Niagara Falls Boulevard, and it's in the Roswell Park gift shop. And it's $10 and 100% of the proceeds go back to Roswell Park.
Their symphonies play on in us to ride. A brand new strong.
I got goodies for you. Good.
We're doing something a little different today. I spoke to Corinne, the homeowner, and she cooks out of the refrigerator, and that's what we're gonna do today. Let's open this refrigerator up and see what we got going on.
Go. A lot of people cook from the fridge, and when I do cooking classes, I always talk about, you know, using leftovers and incorporating them into your meal.
We found some peppers, onions, and mushrooms that were in the refrigerator. There was a can of San Marzano tomatoes that we found in the cupboard. We used it to make a filet pizzaiola, which is an Italian staple dish.
The first thing I saw when I opened the fridge was the citrus, the lemon and the oranges, and then there was eggs by it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I wanted to do crepe Suzette, but I did want to walk in with something. I was real proud to walk in with my homemade cheesecake ice cream.
And then we made a spinach salad. We found some spinach and some honey mustard. We just added some oil and vinegar, some dried cherries to it, some feta cheese. It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Today we're cooking red meat. Red meat. It's going to be brown meat.
No, it's not going to be brown meat. 'Cause you're cooking with me today. Basically, she wanted to learn how to not make it brown and not make it gray. So I'm going to have you open the San Marzano tomatoes, and I'll start cutting the pepper. So we're just going to cut our vegetables up. We sliced the steaks about a ½ inch thick, and we just pan-seared them in olive oil, nice hot pan. Got it about 17,000 degrees because this stove is amazing that came from Artisan Kitchens. We're gonna cook this medium rare. Hear that sizzle? That's what we want. We added some red peppers, some mushrooms and onions, a little bit of garlic to it. San Marzano tomatoes finished with some red wine. Simmer for a few minutes, get to the right temperature. Top it with fresh mozzarella, finish it with the sauce, a little grated Romano cheese.
Mozzarella, tomatoes.
What's with these knives? Your kitchen's beautiful, but these knives are like cutting with newspaper.
It's a work in progress, and I don't cook meat,
Where's
so
your
I
steak?
don't need any knives, but now I'm going to have to cook meat.
Where's your steak? I made it medium well for you. And
It's
you're
right
not gonna
here.
eat the
Don't you
steak.
see it?
Unbelievable.
Crepes, I've done those a million times in a million ways. Today we're doing a sweet crepe. How does that sound? And we'll finish it with that ice cream?
It sounds great.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have you in charge of the crepes. And do you mind whisking?
No, I don't
Okay,
at all.
Your job is to whisk. We're gonna start out very simply. This is
I start right as soon as you get them
yeah,
on?
this is a very, very basic crepe recipe.
Okay.
Eggs and sugar for a sweeter crepe, equal parts milk, and then flour. Whisk it really good, finish it with a bit of vanilla. I grated some orange zest in it because I was really in the mood to just kick it up with flavor. And then I added some Grand Marnier. So let's let that rest, we'll clean up. And you're gonna be flipping some crepes in just a minute here.
Okay, great.
First of all, I have to say I had a lot of fun with Kathy today. Some people just think they can't flip a crepe. The most important thing I share with you today is using a Teflon pan.
I got to make them and flip them, and I like the crepes.
For the sauce, it's just equal parts butter, and I use brown sugar. A lot of times it'll crystallize on people, so my little secret was to use corn syrup. I added some more orange zest and lemon juice. Finished it with, once again, Grand Marnier. I put the orange segments in there, laid the crepe, folded it over, and then we garnished it with orange segments, a bit of sauce, and of course the homemade cheesecake ice cream.
Oh, boy, I can't wait to try it.
C'est magnifique.
Delicious.
So Isabella, I saw some things that were hanging out in the refrigerator. I think we throw together a nice salad. What do you think?
Excellent.
We'll make a dressing.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Start whisking.
Do you,
Go ahead, what are you gonna ask me?
I was going to say, do you start with the mustard and then incorporate the oil or the vinegar?
Who's the chef?
You are.
I forgot the mustard. I forgot. So she pointed that out. Thanks, Isabella.
He's a very lovable, likable, fun person. And he cooks well.
We made a dressing which was real simple: olive oil, balsamic vinegar, honey mustard, squeeze of a lemon, a little salt and pepper. Tossed it together with some dried cherries, some feta cheese and onion. I mean, it really is a simple, fresh dish, and the girls loved it.
The meal was great. The meat was good. I liked the sauce. It was just fun.
I love the whole thing. I loved making it, but I particularly loved eating it. That was the best part.
My friends are so special to me. This was just another nice bonding experience.
Just a great way to spend a Tuesday afternoon in Buffalo, New York.
And now, not only am I a sexual goddess, a wonderful mother, a perfect wife, I am now a gourmet cook, all in one afternoon.
I hope you loved it. Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Artisan Kitchens and Baths, Western New York's most interactive showroom.
I only went to talk. Didn't expect to fall in love. I told him what I needed and he listened. We finally decided to go through with it. The design team was with us every step of the way, and we created our dream kitchen.
And within budget. We hardly spend time in the living room anymore.
Make your living room jealous. Let Artisan Kitchens and Baths craft your dream kitchen, from cabinets and countertops to appliance brands like Miele, Sub-Zero, and Wolf. Visit our showroom at 200 Amherst Street in Buffalo. Artisan Kitchens and Baths.
Hey, you got a bunch of these? You want to turn them into these? Come on down and talk to me. I'm going to take this and turn it into this in 2 weeks. Don't ask me how I do it. I've been doing this for a long time. Come on and talk to me. I'm here every Tuesday.
Don't trust your precious memories to catchy gimmicks. Let the courteous and professional staff at Buffalo Video Transfers convert your old videos to DVD. Just $14.95 per tape and $9.95 for any additional copy after that. Visit BuffaloVideoTransfers.com, a division of Key Video Productions.
Lockport's favorite restaurant and meeting place, the Village Eatery Italian Bistro, serves the finest pizza, pasta, chicken, veal, and seafood. Our famous Friday night fish fry, homemade Italian bread, and old world sauce have kept Western New Yorkers coming back for over 35 years. Check out our vast wine selection and visit the Bistro Bar for a signature martini. For really great Italian-American food, it's the Village Eatery Italian Bistro.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're so glad you joined us today. And if any of you would be interested in being in our show, anyone in the restaurant industry, any business, we'd love to have you join us.
Yeah, just contact our producer here. Just a reminder, we'll be back next week and we hope you join us then. The show features our fan favorite beer pairing episode and you certainly don't want to miss that one.
No, that's right. So for the staff and crew of Key Video Productions and everybody here at the Come Dine With Me Western New York family, I'm Jan Farrington.
I'm Oliver Wolf, and remember, food rules.
With Frontier Catering, it's easy to show your good taste. Chef Art Christie uses time-tested techniques and authentic family recipes to create a custom menu that showcases your personal style and your venue. And with Frontier Catering, your food is prepared fresh, on-site. For corporate events, unforgettable weddings, and other signature celebrations, it has to be Frontier Catering.
The key to getting a great video of your wedding day is knowing every emotion will be captured. The key to getting a treasured keepsake of the sights and sounds of your celebration is hiring a professional team with an unobtrusive style using the best equipment. The key to choosing your wedding cinematographer is trust. Couples have trusted Key for over 20 years. Key Video, Buffalo's best videos. Call, click, or visit us today.
The Sandwich Task Force is asking for your help in the capture and return of Nicky Whispers. Standing 3 inches high, his known accomplices are sweet red peppers, melted mozzarella, and Goomba oil. Whispers is armed with grilled prime rib. If you have any information on his known whereabouts, contact Marco's Italian Deli today.